Okay guys, I want to ask you something. So the video that you guys are watching right now is going to be an advocacy video, and it's going to be not monetized. And quite frankly, I want to keep the music in. I absolutely love the music, and that's how I edited it. So if you guys want me to continue doing these types of videos, the advocacy videos, having music and not monetizing it, let me know. And if you can, donate. If there's enough people that donate back to the channel, then I can afford to continue to do these types of videos. Now, other than that, guys, I really appreciate it. And really what I want you to learn is that in order to make change, the fight starts in our own backyards.
The only thing about that is we'd rather you get the one that is.
That's personal. Thank you.
I think it's very relevant because here you are saying that we took the
what the city council has done to the downtown events. And if the people believe, oh, look, we saved a couple dollars, let's highlight this on our website. Well, if you saved so many dollars, then why did you have to put me out of business?
This isn't about anger, it's about accountability. I've been knocked down before. I know what it feels like to lose.
Welcome back to Conroe, Texas. It is now month number 5, and we've been coming to council meetings virtually every single meeting, and I am absolutely exhausted. And having said that, guys, I apologize for my attitude. I've been a little aggressive, not been myself. This has taken quite a toll on me. I probably have $15,000 to $20,000 wrapped up in this. And I'm here to tell you this. If you're wondering why you can't afford a home, why you're struggling to pay your rent, why you're living paycheck to paycheck, why you're behind on your bills, and why you can't afford to live, it's because of fraud, greed, and corruption. And what is feeding the fraud, greed, and corruption are property taxes and fees. And so what I'm saying is, if you actually want to make a change, if you really want to make a change, you have to take back your local councils and boards. Local politics is the most important thing to make and create change. And having said that, in my opinion, because I don't want to offend anyone necessarily, the 20, 30, and 40-year-olds are the most important vote. The youth can literally change the entire dynamic of Conroe. If you're a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old, I'm asking you to please, guys, please help us change the city. I wanted to clear up anyone that thought I was belittling or bashing artists. I am an artist, at least I want to be an artist. You guys, the artists are mom and pop, and that's one of the only reasons why we never protested at the Crichton, because there was no way to protest at the Crichton and not hurt mom and pop, and the artists are mom and pop. What we meant to say with regard to the arts and culture grant funds, if you guys are being bullied into using the Crichton, you need to tell us, you need to reach out, and that's an absolute issue. So we want to make sure that that's not happening. And last thing, you guys, now I'm not endorsing anyone, but I wanted to give you a report of all of the candidates that have actually heard us, heard the public, they've left their houses, and they've started helping mom and pop. In other words, who has actually joined this 5-month battle? What candidate has done that? So I wanted to give a huge shout out to, there's a total of 6 people, but 4 specifically that were with us more than anyone else and participated more than anyone else. And that is Jerry O'Neill. Jerry, I appreciate you. Obviously, Kristen, John Sellers, and Tanya. They were with us pretty much this whole time. I also wanted to give a shout out to municipal candidate James Holian as well as Ken Blevins. They also helped us. So either way, you guys, I hope what you're also saying is that if you serve us, we will love you. If you treat us poorly, we are no longer gonna stay at home and take it.
session. We're going to move right into citizens' participation, not to exceed 30 minutes total, and citizens' comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. All right. Mr. Travis Spencer, sir. Welcome back to City Hall, sir.
Good morning, Mayor and members of the council. Today, we say farewell to 3 council members who have served the city. And whatever our arguments or agreements have been, public service is hard. So thank you. Public service is hard. It's not easy. And I hope you guys, just like you did, Mr. Hardman, take that knowledge that you've learned from serving and you offer that to the new leaders. And as you guys return to the community, not as officials, but as neighbors, we welcome you back. Your season of service has ended and a new chapter begins. And to those stepping into your seats, we are ready to work with you. But we need you guys to work with us. The people of Conroe have been asking for a seat at this table. We have shown up, we've spoken up, we have written letters, we've attended meetings, and we're here. So good leaders don't just listen. Good leaders communicate effectively. Because we are not your opposition yet. We are your constituents, your neighbors, and your community. So open the door and we will walk through it with you. And to the young people, if there are any that are watching this, your voices are not small. Your vote is not meaningless. You alone have the power to change the entire tide of the election. So just know local races are won and lost by dozens of votes. Your generation against the young people can decide who sits in these very chairs. So do not wait, guys. If you're listening, register, show up, vote, because the future of the city is quite literally in your hands. And finally, a word to each of you who will take an oath of office and serve us. This is very important. We will love you if you serve us. If you serve us, we will love you. If you put the community first, our roads first, our children, our safety, and our future, you will find no stronger supporters than the people of Conroe. But if you serve your ego, if you seek power for its own sake, if you ignore the people who put you here, we will hold you accountable every single election cycle. Thank you, guys, and good luck.
Mr. Spencer,
Thank you, sir.
do you live in the city of Conroe?
I would
All
take
right,
that as a no.
let's move on.
I would take that as a no.
Let's move on to Mr.
Do you live in the city of Conroe?
You certainly can. You're being addressed by council, and be sure the mic is on, sir.
That's personal. Thank you.
I think it's very relevant because here you are saying that we took an oath of office to serve the citizens of Conroe. And if you do not live in the city of Conroe, you're saying we and the community and all of that. And if you're not a taxpayer, you've been up here several times asking us to spend taxpayers' money, and you are not a taxpayer.
I'm asking you not to steal the taxpayers' money.
All right, anything else? Ms. Porter, okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. San Chang. Welcome back, sir.
Good morning, Conroe, Mayor, City Council, first responder. My name is San. I'm a small business owner, a father, a husband, and someone who took real risk on this city. I moved here in 2009 during the recession. I came from Detroit. Detroit made me, but it also broke me. My wife and I sold everything we had and came to Texas with $1,500. No safety net, just faith. I started at the bottom, working in a donut shop, up at 1 a.m., off at 2 in the afternoon, 7 days a week, no breaks, no holidays. That's the reality for small business owners. During that time, we had to leave our child with our family just to survive. Later, when we had our second child, I brought her to the shop every day. She cried constantly. We didn't know why. We later found out she was allergic to almost everything in that environment. So we made another hard decision. We walked away and started over. In 2011, I opened up my auto repair shop right here in downtown Conroe. I worked that over a decade. Then we took another leap. I started a food truck called Taste the Asian. From there, we built Dragon Bowl. Everything we had today came from hard work, sacrifice, and faith. But more than that, we built community. We brought people downtown who have never come before, young, old, black, white, brown, yellow, everybody. We hosted events, we created culture. We celebrated things like Lunar New Year right here in downtown Conroe. We created something real. And we want you to think about that. Every small business you see in downtown, that's someone's risk. That's someone's family. That's someone who bet everything they had on this city. These are real people. But while we were building, it started to feel like the system wasn't built for us. Decision was being made that didn't support small businesses, decision that made it harder to survive, not easier. And when you hurt small businesses, you hurt families, you hurt jobs, you hurt this community. This isn't about anger, it's about accountability. I've been knocked down before. I know what it feels like to lose, but we are not done. So I'm asking the people of Conroe, pay attention, ask questions, stand up for businesses that are investing in the city with everything they have, because this city belongs to the people, not a select few. And if leadership isn't standing up for small businesses, then it's time to support leaders who will. And that's why I'm still telling you today, I'm voting for the people, John Seller, Kristen Hoisington, and Mr. Jerry O'Neill, because I believe they will listen. I believe they will stand up, and I believe they will help make real change happen for small businesses and this community. We didn't come this far just to be pushed out. We're still here, we're still fighting, and we're not going anywhere. And if you look at that chart she presented, retail business, food industry, sales tax, okay?
Howdy. Once again, all of this drama, of course, we all know, started in December when we were told that the events were a financial burden on the city. Since December, we've been told a number of other reasons why we don't do events anymore. But we were quoted the laughable amount of $1,300 in labor hours. By that count, if we had a street closure every day from January 1st till April right now, we would have saved $172,900 in labor. Since the city didn't need to waste those labor hours on us standing in the streets, how many employees in the permit office have had their hours cut now that they don't need to work on our permits anymore? How many were laid off? How many salaries were decreased? How many barriers were sold? Those little plastic barriers that we all talk about. We don't need them anymore since we don't have any more street events. How many were sold to recoup that loss? I bet you $172,900 that the answer is none. $0, because the labor is paid regardless of whether I walk into that permit office and file an application or not. This city can spend $230,000 on drones to surveil their citizens, $250,000 on a grant to the theater, over $1.5 million in unnecessary severance. They missed their investment payment on the Hyatt, but the downtown small business owners and event holders are the burden. That's laughable. The only financial burden on this city is the big government fiscal irresponsibility of this city council. Do I live here? No, I live in Montgomery. But does that mean I don't pay taxes here? I definitely do. One, I pay permit taxes. Two, I pay sales taxes when I come here and buy things. I work in these restaurants where people buy the food. I don't know what you're talking about. Just because I don't live here, I'm not a part of this community. I don't drive commerce here. Well, I don't anymore because you pushed me out. It's absolutely disappointing what the city council has done to the downtown events. And if the people believe, oh, look, we saved a couple dollars, let's highlight this on our website. Well, if you saved so many dollars, then why did you have to put me out of business? Why? People pay money to see me on stage. I'm in 1776 at the Owen Theater. People are going to pay money to see those tickets and spend those taxes. I'm not a burden on anybody here, and yet you have made me feel like a burden in this city. I got dressed up today and took a day off of work to come and talk to you for the last time. I'm very hopeful that in the future, either this council or another council will change their minds on these permits, because the community has gone from hanging out and doing farmers markets and Christmas markets and having a good time downtown and driving commerce, which is what we're supposed to be doing as conservatives up here. And instead, we're here arguing, debating, calling people names, making documentaries online. Well, they said this online, and I said this online. It's appalling, and I'm grateful that you're here to listen today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. James Phelps. Mr. Phelps. Welcome back to City Hall, sir.
All right, guys. Good morning, council and mayor.
Morning.
Good morning.
As you know, my name is James Fleetus, and I'm back here yet another week, hoping maybe this time I can be heard. For over a month, I have been trying to get simple answers on why a private company has been allowed to spread like wildflowers across our city, placing surveillance cameras on every corner without a single public vote. On April 6th, this community stepped up and paid $1,271.60. The city was happy to take that money immediately. But every single document we have submitted, the city attorney waits until 15 minutes before the legal deadline to respond. I don't find that to be a coincidence. And now they are asking the attorney general to help withhold the very documents this community has already paid for. We are being stonewalled. They are playing procedural games, hoping I'll get tired and go away. And I'll be honest, they are counting on me to be exhausted. But every week I come back here. It feels like we have no voice at City Hall. When we stand at this podium, our concerns go in one ear and out the other. It wasn't like this during election season. Back then, everyone was for the people. We are forced to take this to social media just to be heard because that's the only place the city can ignore us. What's happening in Conroe is happening across Texas. Hays County, San Marcos, and Austin have all canceled their flock contracts. The Hays County judge said it himself, public safety depends on public trust. These are pro-police Texas communities who looked at this program and said, not without accountability. I want to be clear, this is not about being anti-police. I gratefully appreciate everything our police department does for us. This is about falling into a secret surveillance state very quickly. I am formally requesting that the flock safety contract be placed as an agenda item at the next city council meeting for review. We paid the bill, we followed the rules. Now it's time to do your jobs. Release the documents. Thank you. With my last 58 seconds. Again, you guys serve public office. That is the most highest, tremendous respect I can give you guys for that. I don't think that this is something that you guys did. I just need somebody to help work with the citizens of the city on this. I mean, I imagine you guys have Facebook. There's a big following of people on Facebook who want answers. And I think May 11th, we get some documents. That's good. I'm glad to go over it. But the people want to know, like, what's up with these cameras? We're all for public safety. I think everybody wants that. It's just, this seems to be done behind shady closed doors. We have more than any other city. I think that the people just need to get those questions answered. And then we also need to figure out what version we're on. As I said last time, their CEO openly says that most cities don't even know what version they're on. I did have a great talk today with the police chief here. I'm really looking forward to talking with him to kind of go over what the cameras are capable of and give me a tour on the drone program. I look forward to that. I'm here to work with you guys.
Well,
I'm not your enemy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sandra Burke, Ms. Burke, welcome back, ma'am.
I just wanted to follow up real quick from earlier. I'm hoping that the record was corrected where we saw the chart for the March 2026 because 2025 was off, that it was going in increments of 2. Mr. Travis actually had noted that, so I want to make sure that's in there. But the other thing too is, given what I talked about March 12th, I think it's really important because of the risk that you please clarify for March 12th with relation to the payouts, place a clarification or corrective action on a future agenda, please. State clearly what action was actually authorized on March 12th. Ensure any payouts issued match only what was authorized, and provide the math behind the HR memo, because I'm seeing discrepancies between the contracts. And I'm not sure if maybe, for example, the benefits were put into the final, to the quote unquote payouts. So provide the math behind the HR memo, where the extra months are and dollars came from. And I just want to reiterate what the risk is, because it's unclear where we landed. The potential risk is that if a future council terminates any of these employees that were part of that payout, except for the one who's retired, the city could be required to pay the full contractual severance at that time because it's unclear. And we want to mitigate that risk for the city and the taxpayer. And then the last piece is, I mean, there's a complete issue as to why there was a payout for the public works director when he is just when he just was retiring. And so people perceive that payout as an actual gift from the taxpayer at this point. So I think we need clarification, please, and I really would ask you to put this and so people perceive that payout as an actual gift from the taxpayer at this point. So I think we need clarification, please, and I really would ask you to put this on the agenda and just clear the record. Thank you.
Thank you,
All
ma'am.
righty, thank you. All right, Mr. Jerry O'Neill. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
But anyway, Mayor, I come up here to, again, the table, item 5, because one thing about it is, we want to know where all these funds gonna go on item 5, because you got communities that's been lagging for decades where y'all have looked over these communities. You got communities 5 blocks down here. It should be no reason why these folks shouldn't have stormwater drainage system. Y'all have lagged. Y'all forgot about these communities. And these folks is the one that found the Conroe. I remember wasn't in the west side of Conroe. Mayor remember that. So we need to table that till we get council members in there. They ain't but some days away. And let them look at that. If I'm in there, I'm sure gonna look at it and make sure that these communities took care of. Make sure everybody took care of. We're not gonna leave nobody behind no more. That's why I'm running. This 3-year-old boy is the foundation of my campaign while I'm running when he got run over, man. You remember that? 3 years old. Mama fixing Christmas dinner for him, got on a tricycle, got ran over, bound in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. So this is my main reason of running. And another main reason I'm running is all the citizens that came to all these town hall meetings that was disappointed by all the things that y'all didn't do that should have been on this ballot. Mr. Gary Scott.
Mr. O'Neill, I just want to
Okay,
focus
I'm
you
just
back on
wondering,
item 5. That's
I'm
just if you can
wondering
kind
a
of,
little bit, man. But
no worries, no
I
worries.
think that, like I told you before, I have fought the trend for y'all. And I think whatever I said, man, I should be able to say that at this point in time right there, because I'm running for election and I have fought 4 years for every one of y'all. I have brought stuff to y'all never was done. If y'all had done what I told y'all, I wouldn't be running. But I got no choice but to get in this race and win it. And I'm gonna bring love back up here. Us council members ain't gonna cry about how we was outvoted. Because with these 50 businesses right here is gonna march, I'm gonna march with them. That's what kind of council member I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight for everybody's right, because it ain't no more than us to sit up here and not fix these communities. Ain't no more sit up here, this little bitty boy got ran over and nobody went out there and checked on him. I check on him every other day. And I'm gonna bring him up here when I win. I hope everybody vote for me. I'm gonna bring this little boy up here in a wheelchair when I win. I'm gonna show y'all what y'all didn't do. When I was trying to ask y'all, I put a hand out for Councilman Wood, put a hand out for you. Asked you several times, to Councilman Wood, is this some stuff we can do? What happened? Nothing. But thank everybody for listening to me, and everybody vote Jerry O'Neill.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, thank you all. We're gonna try to hold our applause if that's all right. Mr. Ken Blevins, Mr. Blevins, items 5 and 7, I believe, sir. Welcome to City Hall.
Morning, Mayor. Morning, Council. Morning, citizens.
Morning.
Morning.
I am Ken Blevins. I am the president of Mud District 132. I'm here to speak on these fees, these additional fees for something that I believe our contract holder for the mud is actually handling. I don't understand why the city is being involved in something that I strongly believe that my current contractor is handling. So why are we adding additional fees to, and I know I'm not the only in-city mud, so why are we paying additional fees? That's a question I pose. Thank you.
Thank you. Savannah Schroeder. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome back to City Hall. Morning.
Good morning, Mayor, Council. Good to see you. As you know, I've been attending these meetings for about the past 5 months. I met you all in December, actually very regrettably as a citizen who should know what's going on in our city. I had no idea who any of you were, including the mayor. Anyone sitting behind me didn't know their names. It's been a very long learning process here, but what I came in for initially was event permitting issues. Local business brought up a concern that it was going to impact downtown businesses, and I agreed. Coming to these meetings, what I've come to understand it is well beyond an event permitting issue. We have an oversight issue. We also have a citizen input issue in this council. And whereas I don't blame the council, I once again, I would like to repeat what everyone else said. I think you'll do a wonderful job in public service. It's not an easy job, but as a citizen, from my standpoint, what I've noticed is we do come in here, we provide our stories, we provide our concerns, we bring numbers. I know hundreds, if not thousands of people have reached out about this issue. We've also provided solutions. We've been open and willing to work with this council and this administration, and we've received really no reasonable response in almost half a year. Even Mr. Hardman, thank you, brought up the fact that this is not good. It was a one-size-fits-all solution and it's not working. So why are we keeping it implemented? On a side note, now that I know this probably will not happen with this council, I'd like to address the citizens. Citizens, we are at an absolute critical time. We have a unique opportunity where we have 3 council seats that are either going to go for the citizens or continue a system that is already ongoing. I have severe concerns about having CIDC council take over decision-making. And the reason is, what kind of transparency can be provided or what kind of oversight can be provided if the entire council is making and voting on decisions that are major industrial financial decisions? So they're going to propose these things and then just vote them in. Those are severe oversight concerns, and that's something we already have within City Hall. And I think it's something that severely needs to be addressed. Citizens, polls are open right now. You have 3 seats. You can either take it back and show up and vote and not let 10% of the city rule what goes on in these chambers, or you can let things stay the same. But I would like to encourage you all to show up and vote. We all need you. The city needs you. And I want what's best for this town, just like the rest of us. Thank you all for listening, and I wish you well. Thank you for your service if I don't see y'all again. And as always, God bless you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, 1,000,000 miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.